We've got a beautiful word in the Maori language, which is the indigenous language here in New Zealand, called kaitiakitanga, which speaks to guardianship of the land and of its life-giving capacity. And it's something that sits really deeply within the psyche of our growers. And one of the ways I've kind of described the RX process with them is, do you want to leave your property in a better place than it was when you found it? And I'm yet to find a farmer that doesn't have that as a deeply held base philosophy. And so once you're starting from that point, then we can say, okay, well, how are we actually going to do that?
Our big aspiration is to be climate positive as a brand. And it's been very clear that we need to do more for both people and the planet and use our platform to do good in the world. And so we've done a lot of research over the last few years to understand really the impact that our products have on the environment. And one of the biggest impacts we have is on farm with greenhouse gas emissions.
The greenhouse gas emissions associated with farming from Reno isn't as a result of burning lots of fossil fuels by and large. It's actually as a result of a healthy, very natural process that's evolved over thousands of years. And so it's a natural form of greenhouse gas, but it's a greenhouse gas nonetheless, and so it's something that we can't ignore. ZQRX is a collaborative action platform, and it challenges brands and growers to go above and beyond just sustainability, and really dig into the concept of regenerating, of leaving the world a better place than what it was. It speaks to the complex interactions between soil, their plants, their livestock, and really deeply understanding those. But more importantly, taking the lessons from that and being able to apply it. RX is shorthand for regenerative index, and so we can measure a grower's current performance and benchmark them and then support them to drive improvements against those key indicators. So how much carbon can they be drawing down out of the atmosphere and storing in their soils, for example. RX provides the tools for a grower to be able to understand what their footprint is, but more importantly, what levers they can pull to reduce their net emissions.
One of the best things about our brand and merino wool is it's a beautiful natural fiber and it's good for the environment inherently. So how do we, take the impact that our products have on the environment and actually turn that into a positive? The biggest problems usually need to be solved through collaboration and lots of people coming together to work on this. And certainly climate change is one of the biggest problems we have facing us as a generation and a society. Our hope is that by having the three brands that are leading the merino wool industry stand up and help create this platform, that it influences others. We can influence the entire industry to move forward and share these great learnings.
Absolutely, this is a journey, and we encourage others to lean in and have the conversation, because we think it's too important not to.
One of the things that I think is so unique, Dave, about the relationships that we have with our growers is, first of all, I think we've had some of our longest standing partners for over 20 years, and we've been on this journey for a while, right? It's just times like these where you want to go to your best partners, your longest standing partners, to help solve some of the most difficult challenges we have facing us. So if we can, continue to support our grower community to do the right thing and capture as much carbon as possible and eventually be climate positive, it's such a huge win for us as a brand, for our consumers, but more importantly for the environment and all of us.
I also think about, where's this going to go in the future? How big could this be? This could be a blueprint for driving towards this kind of new frontier of regeneration rather than simply sustainability. The other really critical component to this too is that we probably haven't got it quite right yet. This is absolutely a journey. So by working with others, by collaborating, by learning from mistakes and so forth, we're able to continually improve this process over time. It recognises that progress beats perfection every time. Let's get ourselves on the journey. Let's iterate as we go. Let's learn from our mistakes, but for goodness sake, let's not stop and let's not delay. Let's start making change and taking action right now.